Again, we're an initiate, so we're going to be looking for how we can grow as a player, both macro and micro. Ooh, I would have saved Rake for your camp, because it just spawned, and Mina can almost clear the entire camp with just a level 2 Rake. Looks like we're going to go for Mystic Shot, though, which will be interesting. You let me know, does Mina run Mystic Shot on higher levels? Now that we already have our tower, instead of sitting here, I would start to roam, go grab that buff, go help mid. Just sit back here, no biggie. Oh, through the veil! That was just a good bebop hook, RIP. So I think since we already have 2 people here, we could have gone somewhere else. You know, grab our doubles, grab some more camps. Hi, hello, and welcome back to yet another installment of Film Room Friday. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some Mina gameplay here in this Initiate 6 lobby. So almost just barely eking out. Still inside Initiate though, so we got a lot to learn. But a little late today, or I guess today is Saturday when you're seeing this, because of all the earn updates, all the older VODs that I have in the Film Request channel are out of date now. And anytime an earn gets deposited, the game just borks and crashes. So, thank you very much, K49, who is here to answer the call to action I sent out very late last night, or I guess early this morning. And I was looking for some VODs to review for this Film Room Friday, which is why you're seeing it on Saturday. And we have the ID, said a Mina game from last night, so we know that the Mina. And one word was Wonky. If you want to be featured on the next Film Room Friday, hit that like, subscribe, join our Discord, drop a Film Room Friday request in the channel via edit game ID, your username, and a one-word review, as well as any little tidbits you might like to share, and we'll catch you in the next one. But for now, let's hop into this Initiate gameplay and see what the Hunchback of Gay Paris has got in store for us. Alrighty, we are back. Rolling into lane with Holiday. Mina Holiday combo is quite the combo, I'll say that. So we'll see how it progresses. Again, we're an initiate, so we're going to be looking for how we can grow as a player, both macro and micro. There we go. We go to get the soul. I was going to say that was a big thing off rip. Fortunately, you know, Bebop gets a bomb off that. We just save. Ooh, taking a lot of damage. I think we should play cover a little more. Taking damage from creeps, taking damage from Bebop. I like that we're using this angle. Hollow dives in. Should get a heal here in a moment. There we go. So I think as Mina, you're in a very good position to kind of just poke from a fairly, you know, decent ways away. Bebop dives in again, misses the bomb. Fantastic. And once you get Rake online, you know, this low health won't be as much of an issue. But for now, we're surviving. Speed this up a little bit. PR Apollo. Good we look. Looks like Holiday did a little odd damage. I would join your Holiday. Very nice. Ooh, I would have saved Rake for your camp, because it just spawned. And Mina can almost clear the entire camp with just a level 2 Rake, or, you know, 1 point allocated rather. Get a heal off from the Rake as well as the gem, or the soul. We should get both kills here. Fantastic. No issues really so far. I think we're playing well, sitting back when we're low. Going for the melee there was a little risky. I would start to back off, maybe go by. We're sitting at 1567. We got boxes coming up right now. So can go grab that last little soul. And since we stayed so long, it looks like we're going to get chased down a little. We'll see how far Apollo goes. He's going all the way. He's going the distance. He really wants you. I was going to say, we can use our umbrella with the launch pad. So good, we're already doing that. Absolutely fantastic. What do we buy here? I would like to buy a green item. Maybe a little regen. Looks like we're going to go for Mystic Shot, though. Which will be interesting. You let me know, does Mina run Mystic Shot at higher levels? Because off rip, I saw we get Express Shot and Split Shot on Mina, which I don't think are traditional. I'll say that. Really like us to grab our camp at some point. So we'll see if and when that happens. As well, we should really be saving our rake to kill. Ooh. Kill and add. That's just going to be a death, unfortunately. Oh. Okay, I was going to say. That was very close. I think so far, try and use cover a little bit. Play a little closer to that cover. Gives you an angle as well as that character lean. Damn. It'd be like that. It'd be like that. Back in lane. Do we grab our camp? We don't grab our camp. We're just leaving free souls up. Though I get it. They're both low. I don't expect buffs are going to be taken for a minute. I know, it's just initiate. I won't harp too much. Wow, we actually teleported before you can even put the bomb on. Fantastic. And this honestly might be tower here because there are so many ads. It's input. Early tower, minute 5. Fantastic. Grab Mystic Shot. Grab Extendo Mag. If y'all have watched previous Film Room Fridays, you kind of know how I feel about Extendo Mag, but I do think it is unfortunately a bit of a new player bait buy. Since you get infinite ammo whenever you slide, we could really just be using the slides to get the little extra rounds that we would be getting with extra mag. But, oh well, oh well. Now that we already have our tower, instead of sitting here, I would start to roam, go grab that buff, go help mid. Good we're grabbing boxes, especially that we're grabbing their boxes. I really like this. Good we're grabbing their camp, at least, you know, one. We're right next to buff. We're not grabbing buff. Big oversight. We come back to lane. We see them pushing. I like that we're killing the camp. I would do the reverse, though. Get the ads low and then rake them instead of opening it with your rake because it gives you the heal. See how we play this. Yeah, I was going to say, we really have to play pretty far back. Yeah, Bebop's right below you. Get the kill. Too much of a dive. Here we go, get buffed. Oh. Sure. Grab buff. Do we grab buff? Ooh. Grab buff. And movement on Mina is... It's diabolical, honestly. Like, you just become a movement god. Again, let's save our rake for the end of the camp. But oh well. Ooh. Just barely dodged that. Slow this down slightly, see how we play this. Yeah, I was going to say, you can just play cover and he won't. Yeah. Just sit back here. No biggie. Oh, through the veil. That was just a good Bebop hook. RIP.
Headed to yellow.
Speed this back up. Going back down yellow. Ooh, we don't chase. Okay. Do we get the Apollo here? Doesn't look like we really get anybody. Bebop should die to the Holiday, I would imagine. Yeah, there we go. I would push up with your Holiday. She's fighting the Apollo.
Thank you.
Don't even need it. Speed this up a bit. Buffs are back up. Ooh, I like we're grabbing our Sinners. Big Megamind plays, especially while we have our time. We've got Wave pushed up. We've got 2 other people here. We don't really need to come back to this lane. I would like us to go grab buff. Go grab more of their camps. Because what are we doing here? It's minute 10. Walkers have big resists this early on in the game, so getting damage in right now isn't too good. We have our Sinners up. We have buffs up. There's boxes galore to be had. So I think there's a lot better ways we can be spending our time. We go back to buy. We grab Improved Spirit. Fantastic buy on Mina. This is where the split shot I'm very confused by. But if it works, it works. I'm going to let the Initiate cook, you know. Sometimes it takes Initiate to just, you know, think outside the box. Woo. Slow this down a bit, see if we get got. Okay, we go back to heal. Fantastic. We see that Holiday has swamped us out, so good time to come back. So I think since we already have 2 people here, we could have gone somewhere else. You know, grab our doubles, grab some more camps. But you know, it's Initiate. Not gonna expect too much. Hate when they get away with 1 HP. So true, Holiday. Okay, we push. Do we back off? Do we go somewhere else? We keep going back to our camp, which, you know, good that we're taking it, but I would like us to Make some more lateral movement. Ooh, we run the urn. It's actually fantastic. The fact that you can ult with urn now is kind of crazy, I will say. But good we're doing it. Ooh, yeah, I was gonna say Drifter's gonna teleport, grab you. Speed this up a bit. Okay, we come to blue now. Hopefully we go to this fight. Or we're just gonna push the walker. Even better. I was gonna say Winion's gonna get it before you even get there, but I like the idea. I would really like us to go take this other walker. Nobody's over there. You could probably solo push it because I think everybody was at the urn pipe. Celeste is showing on blue, so I think we walk back over to yellow, grab this buff, and be on our merry way. Instead, we're gonna go back to blue. Sure. Gotta clear the wave. Nobody else is here. This is fine. I think if we were just a little earlier on the rotate, we could have gotten to yellow.
Headed to York.
Go to yellow. Fantastic. Doing a lot of cleanup right now. Ulting off rip. Not a serious issue. I think you could have done some damage and then kind of dove in. Woo. Do we save the tower? We do. Oh, maybe not. RIP. Oh, and we reload as she gets away. Thanks for the walker is crazy from Paige. I game lagged while you were getting away. RIP. Hey, we love the healthy banshee. We love the healthy banshee. Is that a bit of lag? It's a crazy angle for Mina, I'm not gonna lie. Looks like we're gonna go join this fight that's kind of already wrapping up. We'll see if we help the pocket get away. Ooh, I would like us to be a little closer, but oh well. Going back in. We take care of the eye wave. I like this, especially with how many people are there. That was a crazy barrel. I highly doubt Holiday expected to come backwards. I feel like we thought we had our ult or something. Favorite position. Apollo's really overextended right now. Okay, he ults to get out. Force out the ult. Fine trade. You could honestly probably get him, yeah. I would grab Urn here and start to rotate. It looks like we're going to push the walker instead. We do have 3 people here. Geist is low, no ult. Fine. I think, you know, looking for team objectives is hard to really do when we're down here in Initiate. But we'll take a walker instead. Sorry, I'm a newbie. I'm confused a lot of the time. It's okay, don't worry. Hey, yo, these Initiate lobbies are wholesome, man. Farm as much as you can and defend. Looks like we're going to buy Ricochet. I like that we're grabbing Urn again. Anytime you can do Urn, you should try and do Urn, especially if y'all have a lead. And although we're behind right here, I think on the whole, y'all could win this. We'll speed it up, or slow it down rather. Do we get out? With Rem, we should be able to dive back in. So hopefully we're going to go back in. We do. We don't have ult, but we do have split shot. We get a proc on Bebop. Use split shot a little late. Oh well. And you know, we see Celeste, but we're backing up into the enemies. So I think a bit more spatial awareness. But you know, comes with playtime. Alright, we dive back in. We go immediately to the walker. I like this. Clearing up some pressure. All the other lanes don't have OBJs anymore. So, you know, even if they're pushed up to our base, we don't need to worry about them nearly as much. Grabbing Sinners. Very nice. If you notice on the Initiate, or in these Initiate lobbies, there's almost always farm up. And so if you're the one who takes the time to go and grab them, you can outfarm everybody. Your team, their team, and just be 10k ahead. This is a little aggro. We're very far up. We see the fight on blue. Instead of coming back here, I would have gone to their doubles. We see that they have Sinners on their right side of the map. Instead, we're going to come back. We're going to buy Ricochet. We're going to join this fight. Kind of when it's wrapping up. They are at your base, but I guess you have 3 dead. No, it's understandable. By Tank Buster, okay. This is a really weird build for Mina. I don't ever think she builds this much gun, and when she does, it's not these items. So, I don't know if it's build, I don't know if it's custom. I don't know if maybe I'm just out of touch with Mina, but definitely a little wonky, as stated. A little bit of a lull. Seems like we don't do much for the next 10 minutes, so we'll speed this up. A lot of going back and forth. Okay, we're waiting for the wave here, which is fine. You know, most souls, the highest efficiency there is when it comes to getting souls is lane. So waiting for a lane isn't a huge deal. We ult on the Geist. I would have waited till you got her low and she was about to ult so that you can silence her and get the kill. Instead, we're going to back off. We see a build up on the left lane, and your team just died. So it's not looking great. This Mina build might be it, not going to lie. The more I think about it, this is kind of cracked. Split shot with Ricochet. Lot of clear. I have 60 hours, but this MF ranking system sucks. That's funny. Okay, I like the way we used the ult there. We needed to get him a little lower, especially with Geist. She's just so tanky.
Surprisingly competent.
See everybody pushing blue. Earn is favored to y'all somehow.
Defend green.
350 hours, stuck at initiate. R.I.P. Bit of a weird play, but not horrible. Good defense. They don't get the walker. I would push out a little harder. You're pretty high on health, and you can honestly do a lot of damage. How far in we are? Like 30 minutes. It's a team fight. Are we just walking it down? Seems like Graves and Rem are walking it down in blue. I would push here as well. Said we're gonna back off.
Here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd like us to do earn, grab sinners, really anything except just walk it down. For that very reason, because your Rem and Graves did the Chud walked it down blue, and just kind of died. So anytime you feel like you want to push, but there's not really anything to gain in the lane or everybody's up, a much better alternative is to grab earn, force the fight kind of out in the open for an objective, and either try and win that fight or then do a split push. They go mid because they killed the majority of your team. Nothing you can really do about here. I think moving towards mid boss, kind of having the intuition that that's where they're gonna go when they get you know, so many kills. But again, we're an initiate. I'm not expecting much. This ult isn't the best. We get a lot of damage kind of spread out, but we don't really do anything. We almost got the page, I guess, but really saving Mina's ult for when they're about to die rather than when everybody's already full health is definitely the more ideal way to use it. Should get Rem or Apollo here. We do. Unfortunate we got hit by the page ult, but your Mina, you get out. Going for the line there is kind of risky. Since everybody was behind you in blue, there's a very high likelihood there's a very high likelihood that you do get line there. I don't believe it goes through bat in. You use bats after the fact. Badly. Amazing. K49. Amazing. Alright, we'll speed this up. I think, you know, unfortunately the way your teammates are playing, they're just kind of walking it down. So there's not a lot you can do outside of join them and try and win the fights. But the fact that we're in the side lane, we're keeping things at the very least even is good. Again, I'd like us to take sinners. I'd like us to do it a lot more. I think we're just kind of focusing a little too much on lane prio and not enough on the overall economy game. We're not looking to get camps, take sinners in any real fashion. I think whenever we see them, we go and grab them. But unless they're in the direct line of sight, we're not outwardly going to try and take those. Low-key, no idea what I'm doing. We can tell. Maybe these initiate lobbies are all the same, you know? Just like my Phantom Ascent lobbies. It is very interesting that Ricochet procs Mina Love Bites, but, you know, should have seen that. Again, we're using ult just because, you know, they're a little too close. We don't like it. We'd really like us to save it. Pushing this is questionable. Nobody's appearing on map. It does look like we just run into a Celeste. Yeah. Oof. So I think there, you were your middle lane and your right lane were all the way pushed up to your base, and that one was super far up. And I can understand being like, hey, let me just go push this a bit. But you really have to take into account where everybody is. And if you don't see anybody on the map, you don't know where anybody is, and so they could really be anywhere. And that was a perfect example of rushing down the lane very, very far. We don't have any defenses. Walkers are all gone. Towers are all gone. There's no teammates around. And we just run into the Celeste. And unfortunately, that's a death note. Deathstroke. Deadpool. Looks like we've accepted our fate at this point, which is crazy with the page being out. Oh, I guess your Viper left as well. This is crazy, all the chats. Ooh. Yeah, just so intense. We'll speed this up. We all know how this one's gonna end. 100k soul diff, so GG. Yeah. That pocket was salty, huh? Pocket was a little salty. Alrighty, Mina. What can we say? I think on the whole, you know, there's a lot of ignoring of macro, right? Like, we might be good on Mina or, you know, experimenting with Mina. Either way, we're still ignoring a significant portion of what Deadlock is. And what is Deadlock when you really think about it? It's an economy, team fighting, and objective-based game. And so when we ignore, you know, an entire third of that, really a half, because, you know, we weren't really focusing Earn too much. You were the one who was grabbing it, but it was definitely a little later than would be ideal, and it was without any kind of edge. And Earn, especially right now, is in a spot where I feel like it's a mechanism used to grow a lead that you're already kind of having. So using it when you're on the back foot can be a little difficult. And I think there were a couple instances where we picked up Earn, brought it all the way to the enemy team, and the enemy team dunked it. Don't know exactly how those team fights went and who exactly got the Earn. But I can say that, you know, a bit more coordination and a bit better timing would have done you justice and helped out a bit better. Again, I haven't seen a Mina build like this. We can take a look and swap over to Mina real quick. See if this is one of the dailies, because I might be totally wrong. Here we go. We have Mystic Shot and Ricochet. So I don't know where you're getting Split Shot or Express Shot. Let's see if it's in the no, it's not here. I was gonna say Burst Fire is definitely something more Mina goes into. So I think the build was a bit of an issue. I'm wondering if it's a homebrew, because none of these top dailies have Express Shot or Burst Fire. Or even, you know, kind of some of the... I guess this one has Extended Mag, Titanic Mag. But take a look at these other builds. I think there's a lot of worth in a build like this, where it's very heavy spirit, and gun really is only necessitated in order to really proc your spirit damage, which is Mina's biggest strength when you think about it. Her rake, her ult, and her love bites are all mystic or spirit damage. And the gun is really just a facilitator of that damage. Very akin to a Mirage. If you go to Mirage, we have very similar builds on display. That utilize Ricochet, and, you know, gun investments that are there so that we can get mystic damage in, right? Like escalating exposure, mystic vuln, superior cooldown, compressed cooldown, right? We have a bunch of tier 2s, but all our tier 3s and tier 4s are very big into either negating people's damage or dealing our spirit damage that's also on Mirages 3. But we'll go back to the room, take a look at this scoreboard one last time, and say, you know, I think we might not be initiate because we do have, you know, the wherewithal to understand to do earn, but we are missing out on farm, just on a big, big way. And Mina, definitely not the one that wants to be doing the farming, but Mina can really take advantage of being able to get in and steal things. So steal their sinners, steal their camps, even jump them while they're in their sinners, right? Like when somebody's going to take their own doubles, they're sacrificing that health. And so if you can pounce on them right after they take their doubles, they're at the lowest amount of health. And since those doubles count as unsecured souls, they're going to drop the doubles value right there at their feet for you to grab. Use your bats to teleport back over to your side of the map and get away scot-free, as Mina usually does. But yeah, we'll call her there for today. If y'all enjoyed, do what I suggested. Like, sub, join our Discord, drop over to our friend FRF Requests channel, drop a match ID, one-word review, and your player name, and we'll catch you in the next one. But that'll be that for today. I hope y'all enjoyed. It's time for me. Deadlock out.